I just keep hearing the alien in Toy Story and the claw machine. I have been chosen. They're one of my friends. I go on to a better place. Hey everyone, I'm Brit.
And I'm Dale.
Welcome to another episode of Atoasttotheatypical, where we talk about all kinds of weird stuff. Thank you for joining us. Dale's going to be leading this episode. We have any follow-up from last week we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
No.
Not that I saw.
No, not that I saw either. It
Um,
was a fun one. A little light after some of the other shit we talked about recently.
yeah. It did seem like a lot of people liked that one, though. That
It was fun.
The 50
I think,
laws.
and I think it's cool because I
strange
think, you know, we probably have listeners from everywhere
Yeah.
now.
Plus summer vacations coming up.
Yeah, and people are like...
shit like that. People
hey,
planning that
better
stuff.
not let my donkey sleep in my tub if I go travel to wherever Alabama, wherever that was.
Missouri?
No, it
No,
was
that wasn't
earlier in the
Missouri,
alphabet.
yeah.
It was like...
I don't know.
Maybe Arkansas?
Could be. Or Kansas, which is illegal to say that, too.
Did you look that up?
Yeah.
I know that you said it and you weren't sure. Okay. But in exciting news, if you're watching,
Oh, yes.
we officially have our merch in hand.
What was that? Merch.
So,
Merch.
Dale and I each got t-shirts. It says A Toast to the Atypical with the logo in the front.
Yes.
The back has 1044 threads on the like the back between the shoulder blades.
Yeah, you can look at you can see all that on the Instagram.
Yeah, we'll post pictures. It is incredibly soft.
So shout out to our
Yes.
friends over at 1044 Threads because
Thank you.
the oh shit, you know what? Actually, that's what we're gonna do. Well, you got to give me a second here.
I mean, it's just gonna be like dead air. So.
Yeah, I had to
Talk
pull it
about
up
it
here
in
real quick.
process.
But yeah, so 1044 Threads, local company, and they are sponsoring this episode.
Yes.
Because of our collab here with the merch. So, just a quick word from them is they've got an awesome selection of custom designed shirts and accessories on their website, and you can see their website link. We'll put it down below on the YouTube video. We'll put it.
We'll include their Instagram too.
Yeah, we'll tag them on the Instagram.
Yeah, we'll tag all their stuff.
But some of our favorite shirts are the obviously our Atoasttotheatypical stuff, but they have some tie-dye Philly sports shirts.
So
which are
that
super
reminds
cool
me, they also have
too.
a special sale, which I don't know when it ends though.
Well, don't worry about the special sale because if you are a listener of ours and you put in Toast15 on the promos, you get 15% off of your entire order, and that's not just on our merch.
Right.
That's on the website.
Yeah.
So it is a limited time for that. I'm not sure what the time is, but it's a limited time for that. So Toast15, and that gets you 15% off on the site. So check out their sites, 1044.store, and their Instagram is 1044 Threads. So we will tag all of that.
Yes.
So awesome. Thank you. Huge shout out to 1044 because
And it's like
loving
everything
these
is
things.
really customizable. You can change. Like
Yeah.
I wanted this like heather orchid color, I think it's called.
Something like that.
Dale wanted, I think it's dust.
Dusty crusty. The dusty
To
crop
match your
hopper.
attitude.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's tons of different colors, tons of different styles, but everything is like a really
A really good
good
material.
Like,
Yeah.
it's really soft. Washes well. These have both been washed.
They're a blend.
Yeah.
We
think it's
didn't
a
choose any
poly.
colors available that would be a junk shirt. We got
Right.
the blended colors.
Yeah, we got we had chosen only
And
the
they're a
ones
nice
that were
material.
available in the blend so that you didn't get just like a stiff or uncomfortable
You can
or
put your
one that
jacket
would
on. I know you're cold. You can
I'm
put your
okay
jacket on.
actually. It's not too bad over here today, but yeah, there's all kinds of options. So check them out.
Yes.
There's something for all local sports teams. There's
They're coming out with they do designs for everything. It's
I mean,
really
I'm
cool.
sure if you were interested in something custom, you could probably reach out to them, see
Yeah,
if it
so
might
check
be a
them out.
possibility. But check them out. And thank you guys. Thank you, 1044 Threads.
Yes.
And we look forward to some more.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to get a hoodie.
Yeah.
just want-
yeah,
I just
we're
want a
just
big cozy
rocking the
hoodie.
shirts right now,
Yeah. But
we will
not
be
that I
adding
don't love the
stuff
shirt,
depending on
'cause I
how
do.
much you
It's-
guys like these things. We're gonna be
Yeah.
adding stuff probably. So,
Yep.
I would like a hat
I would too. I would
like a
definitely
hat.
like a hat.
As I'm feeling
Maybe
the
like
sunburn on my
a-
head from today. I would
Like
like
a car
hat.
magnet.
A car magnet.
Yeah. Like a
Should
bumper
just get
sticker
Can
kind
we
of
get
thing.
my whole car wrapped in the thing? Sasquatch right on the hood.
No, because your car is going to be my car.
Yeah,
So
true.
no, I'm not driving around like that.
That'd be pretty funny. Though.
Sasquatch everywhere. Can you imagine me pulling up to my patients' houses?
That would be
They
pretty
would
funny.
be like, do not fucking come in here.
Yeah, that would be
You
hilarious.
crazy woman.
Yeah, so huge shout out to 1044. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you to our followers. We had some new followers. Again, it seems like on a weekly basis you guys are clicking that follow button. And if you are liking the stuff that you are listening to or seeing, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. It's going to give you the notifications that we put new episodes out, new content out.
Yep.
Yeah, so make sure you do that. Make sure you check out our Buy Me a Coffee as well. You can sponsor an episode by buying us a drink, basically. If you go to the Buy Me a Coffee, which is in our bio as well, you can donate. I think it's like $5, something like that. And you will use that towards getting a drink for an episode, give you a shout out, maybe send you a coaster. And yeah, so if you don't have anything else, I guess
Nope.
I'll get to
Yeah, so
our drink today,
I'm so excited for this one.
which is called the Hale-Bopper. And this is, I chose this one actually because we're going to be talking about the Hale-Bopp Comet, which years ago, some of you may remember it. Not Halley's Comet, Hale-Bopp. A little bit different, but figured this was good. This is citron vodka, peach schnapps, and lemonade, and it seems like it's a super summery drink. So I'm pretty pumped for it.
Yep, same.
I don't think I'm going to have to choke on this one like I have on
I'm
some of the
excited.
other ones.
This sounds like something I would like off the
Cheers
bat,
to you
so.
guys. Cheers to 1044 in our collab, and cheers to Hale-Bopp.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Like
so
summer in a
good.
glass.
It's so good.
Tastes so good.
I had to put it in the mason jar too because mason jar, lemonade.
It's like a thing. There's like some novelty of drinking out of a mason jar that I just love.
Oh my God, my foot just got stuck on this ghetto ass chair. But anyway. Anywho. All right, so
Let's get into it.
let's do it. So back in January of this year, which is 2023, we had a comet pass through the visible field of Earth. The comet was discovered by the Wide Field Survey camera at the Zwicky Transient Facility in March of 2022, so March of last year. This comet was so nicely called C/2022E3 ZTF.
Sounds like one of Elon Musk's kids.
Very cool. Oh, God.
Sorry to anyone who names their kid weird shit, but
Yeah. So that comet was last seen during the Paleolithic era, which is kind of crazy. But in this episode, we're going to be talking about a different comet called Hale-Bopp, and this was one of the most widely observed of the 20th century and one of the brightest seen for decades. It was discovered in 1995 and was visible to the naked eye in 97 for 18 months.
wow.
Yeah. Do you remember this? Do you remember seeing it? Probably not. You weren't very... Your family's not into that stuff.
No.
Yeah. I remember...
I had like a microscope. I didn't have like a telescope. Like I was more about the shit that on slides and
shit on like actual
not actual
feces
shit, but
on
like bugs and like
Smoke, you been eating cone?
I would look at like a piece of my hair under a microscope just to see what it looked like. Like I was smaller scale, like biology more than astrology.
I always looked up
astronomy.
Astrology? But astrology is what? That's like
That's
your
more
sign,
like the zodiac sign stuff. Yeah, astronomy is what I meant to say. Yeah. I mean, I guess they kind of
they're kind of the same.
Go together. I don't think they're
not
the same,
but they go together. Yeah.
Same, but different.
Same, but different. Good game, by the way.
Fun game. If you guys haven't ever played that one, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I do remember seeing it from the driveway. So it was I mean, cool enough for me to remember it. But
honestly,
not,
like, I don't even know if I would have been able to see it
probably not.
where I lived.
Yeah, probably
Probably
not.
way too much light pollution.
So many people were drawn to this comet because of its size and beauty, but one of the groups, the star of this episode, were called Heaven's Gate.
I
Yes.
already don't trust that.
So, Heaven's Gate, who are they? They are a UFO religion. So, this is one of the
UFO
reasons.
religion?
This is a thing. UFO religions are a thing. A lot of the belief of some of the beliefs, at least one of the beliefs of this group, but I think a lot of UFO religions kind of share the same thing, is that Mother Mary, who immaculately conceived Jesus.
That's not what the Immaculate Conception was.
Oh, okay. So she gave whatever the fuck.
The Immaculate Conception was Mary's conception as a baby.
Okay,
So it was
whatever.
Her
But
mother. Mary was conceived without original sin.
Okay.
So
All right.
Mary was the Immaculate Conception, not the conception
Not
of
the conception
Jesus.
of Jesus. Okay. But either way, the theory of UFO religion, or many of them, is that Mary was abducted by aliens and implanted with the baby Jesus.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck her.
Apparently.
I
mean.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. So there's UFO religions out there, and there are many of them.
I feel like UFO is a stupid name for it, though. Like,
Why?
it's just, I don't know.
It's not the official name.
It's not like they're worshiping the UFO. Like,
yeah, but it's not the official name.
Oh,
It's,
well, I would
it's
hope
something
not.
ridiculous. But
Oh my gosh.
so the
So-
group Heaven's Gate.
So
what?
they're saying that the alien is the fucking, who was it? Was it Angel Michael?
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I just
Raphael? Did I make that up?
Donatello.
which of the fucking Ninja Turtles was it?
Cowabunga!
Oh my god, we're going straight to hell.
Driving the bus, baby. Driving the bus. All right. So, Heaven's Gate was founded in 1974 by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. They were known within the movement as T, who is Bonnie, and Doe, who is Marshall. Why? I don't know. Supposedly, those names came from their love of music.
I was gonna say that's the scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Do.
Yeah.
So apparently, that's one of the theories of how they got their names for the group. But whatever. This is the first. We're only like 3 sentences into this outline, and this is already getting weird. They first met in 1972.
Well, you started it off with the fucking UFO religion. Where did you think it was going to go?
Kicking it off strong.
It's getting weird. It's already weird. It's already been there 28 episodes ago. Shit.
So they first met in 1972, and went on a journey of spiritual discovery together.
They had a lot of sex and did a lot of acid, is what I read.
I don't know about the sex thing. We'll get into that, but I don't know about the sex thing. Because Marshall was supposedly a homosexual. And once he digs into this religion more, has zero interest in sex whatsoever.
So he becomes asexual.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm standing by the acid, though.
100% acid. All sorts of drugs. They were tripping
LSD
on
for
all
sure.
sorts of shit.
They were definitely licking stamps.
So they went on this spiritual discovery. They come back from this with the realization and they started identifying themselves as the two witnesses that were described in the book of Revelation. Yeah. Lots of acid. Lots of acid. So this attracted following of hundreds of people in the mid-1970s.
Goodness gracious.
1976, they stopped recruiting because they had hundreds of people following them, and they started a monastic lifestyle. So they lived like monks. Mm-hmm. At that point, they had 41 active members in the group, people who were just 100% devoted. Many of the others were probably just like, yo, we're going to follow along with these fucking quacks and see what these people are talking about.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. So
They probably all went to fucking Burning Man and shit.
So Heaven's Gate also went by a couple aliases over their span. one was called the Human Individual Metamorphosis, and the other was called Total Overcomers Anonymous.
Okay.
So originally they were headquartered in Manzano, New Mexico from 95 to 96. Then they moved to San Diego in 96 until 97. And then there was an abrupt end to them in 97. So the central belief of the group is that the followers could transform themselves into immortal extraterrestrial beings by rejecting their human nature. And then they would ascend to heaven, referred to as the, quote, next level, or the evolutionary level above human. And this was what their basis was. Are you following so far?
I mean, yes, but I mean, no, just continue, because
Lizard people.
I can't.
Lizard people. Oh, by the way, our snack today is sweet tarts.
Yep. Go with the
Forgot to add that in.
sweet and sour
Yeah.
drink.
Sweet and sour. All right.
Sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Right?
Sweet and sour chicken. Ooh, that sounds good.
Chinese food does sound good.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
General
Let's
Tso's.
order it right now. Can we get a little
9:30 at
Grubhub
night.
or something?
I don't
All
know.
right.
Ask Brie.
Yeah. All right, so here's the history. All right, that was kind of
What
who
the
they
fuck
are.
did I just listen to?
No, that's just kind of who they are. This is the history of them.
Oh gosh.
This is how we get to
I have a dog.
why
hair.
we're talking about them today.
I have a dog hair in my drink.
You're supposed to have hair of the dog the next day.
Well, I got it now.
Did you just dab your dog hair on the fucking coaster?
Yeah, well, I don't want to put the drink on my pants, so I'm just gonna wait for it to dry. Then I'll pick
You
it
just
off.
tainted the toaster.
The toaster?
Tainted the toaster.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, brave little toaster over
Yeah.
there. Calm down.
All right. The history about Heaven's Gate. So during Doe and T's spiritual discovery, they solidified their beliefs and concluded that they had been chosen to fulfill biblical prophecies.
How do people get that big of an ego that they're
Right?
like, I've been chosen?
Right?
It's like the aliens in the
This,
claw
the
machine.
whole time I was reading about this and researching, I was like, how the fuck do people come to a conclusion that they are, and it gets better here, but that they are like just the one. They are like fucking the
I just
one.
keep hearing the alien in Toy Story in the claw machine. I have been chosen. They're one of my friends. I go on to a better place.
Oh god.
Like every line is perfect.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking wild.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So
maybe the people over at Disney Pixar are in Heaven's Gate.
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
be
the
surprised.
alien, and I have been chosen. I mean, it fits.
It fits. It fits.
A new Disney conspiracy. We got to go
There
back
you go.
and
redo that
redo
episode.
that episode.
Oh God! All right, so they came to the conclusion again that they had been chosen to fulfill biblical prophecies, and they had been given higher level minds than other people. I mean, personally, I feel that about myself.
Right? Yo, there are days that I'm like, there's no fucking way. There is
How are
no
you here
fucking
breathing?
way
Like-
that we're the same. No fucking way.
This is honestly the reasoning of why, like, some people will ask us, like, do you actually believe in aliens? And my response is always like, isn't it scarier to believe that we, the human beings of this earth, are the smartest beings ever? Because we are so stupid.
I mean, really. We have royally fucked up everything. And honest to God, I feel like the Big Bang is just like, that time didn't work. Let's fucking try it again.
Reset. It's like a good place.
It's like
They just hit the reset button in a good
like
place.
taking out the Nintendo console and
blowing it. Something got fucked up on this one.
oh goodness.
All right, so, all right, this. Oh my God, this is one of those episodes that it just keeps getting better.
Okay.
So they had these beliefs about themselves. They are the fucking ones.
Doe and T.
Doe and T are the ones. So they wrote a pamphlet that described Jesus' reincarnation as a Texan. And this pamphlet alluded to the fact that Marshall Applewhite is the reincarnation of Jesus. They also said in there that they were, like I mentioned, the two witnesses described in the book of Revelation. So they visited churches and other groups to speak of their identities, to try and convince other people of what they're saying is true. And they often refer to themselves as the two, or the UFO two. That's what they refer to themselves as.
I mean, they can't be the one.
Right.
They've got to be the two.
Right.
Jesus. Oh, goodness. Okay.
So they believed that they would be killed and resurrected and then transported to a spaceship, and referred to this event as, quote, the demonstration. And this was to prove that their claims, or that their beliefs were true. So they were saying that one day this will happen and you're all going to see. Whatever.
Okay.
Obviously, their ideas and teachings were not very accepted in the religious communities and other groups, but
You think?
they decided that, since they were getting rejected from so many people, they decided that contacting extraterrestrials was their best option. So they started recruiting their disciples called the crew.
The two and the crew.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Two Live Crew.
Right.
So that's a whole different ballgame.
They started recruiting these people from more extraterrestrial belief backgrounds.
Okay.
During their meetings, the recruitment meetings, they would tell the attendees that they represented beings from another planet called the Next Level, and they needed participants for their experiment.
Okay.
Look on your face.
Because they went from like we need to contact them to let's make people believe we already fucking have. And not only did we contact them, they fucking recruited us.
Yeah.
Like let's give ourselves some leverage here.
Yep. Oh my god. Okay. So
Like you lose all credibility when you're self-appointed.
yeah. Then they stated that those who agreed to take part in their experiment would be brought to a higher evolutionary level. Okay.
See, first of all, I don't fucking trust anybody ever.
Right.
Like, it's a miracle that I fucking got married. An absolute fucking miracle. I got big old trust issues. And, like, I would immediately be like, okay, what? How?
Why?
Prove it.
Show me.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Show me the money, motherfucker. Because, like,
Pictures or it didn't happen.
right? Nope. I don't fucking believe anybody ever. I don't trust shit. And no.
Yeah.
That would not fly.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So the recruiting gained traction, surprisingly, and the group gained national attention. Walter Cronkite from CBS Evening News reported in 1975 that, quote, a score of persons have disappeared. It's a mystery whether they've been taken on a so-called trip to eternity or simply taken. This is the second episode Walter Cronkite's name came up also. It came up in the Bohemian Grove, because he was the voice of the owl or whatever in Bohemian Grove.
I remember it now.
Yeah.
Yo, maybe the dude from Love is Blind is a fucking member. The guy with the owl painting.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Who, Teeth?
Was it Zach?
Teeth? Yeah. Dude didn't blink the whole episode.
Creep.
So Applewhite and Nettles took the group into hiding to avoid the criticisms.
Sound like cartoon characters.
I know.
Applewhite and Nettles.
I know. I didn't believe the last names. As soon as I heard them, I was like, this is fake. This is fake.
Marshall Applewhite.
Yeah.
Fucking Johnny Appleseed's cousin.
So, so they take the group into hiding. They led nearly 100 members across the country, sleeping in tents and begging in the streets. In April of 76, they stopped recruiting again and became reclusive. They instituted strict behavioral rules. So they banned sexual activity, and they banned the use of drugs.
That's going to go over like a fart in church.
So they went from a loosely organized social group to a centralized religious movement, like a roving monastery almost. Like they were kind of
Let's have
nomadic
people living in
and-
tents with like no other ties to the world, but tell them that they can't have sex with each other.
Yep.
That's never gonna
Hey,
fucking work.
you're gonna hear how serious this gets. All right.
Oh God.
So they spent years getting this core group of
Oy.
people to worship them,
Okay.
and to this point, Nettles kind of
That's the
ran the
girl.
show. Yeah,
Bonnie.
that's T, if you will.
Bonnie.
Yeah, she
I'm not calling her T.
ran the show,
Okay.
but in 1985, she died of cancer.
Probably from all the fucking drugs she was doing.
Probably.
Jesus.
So it took a while for things to happen then at that point. It was very kind of, they were reorganizing, but Applewhite took everything kind of a different direction. And based it more on the sexuality and appearance and kind of the marriage to the group itself. So very, very cult.
Like a priesthood kind of thing?
Yeah, very
Okay.
cult-like. So in June, so that was in 85, Nettles died. In June of 95, so 10 years after, so they went through a ton of shifting and change and all that in that 10-year period. They
Well,
purchased...
yeah, they go from the 2 to the 1. I mean, that's
Right.
got to be really fucking crazy.
Shit, I know. So they purchased land near Manzano, New Mexico, and they created a compound that was made of rubber tires and concrete.
Of course they made a fucking compound.
Rubber tires and concrete. They abruptly left that in April of 96.
And when did they buy it?
June of 95.
Not even a full year.
Not a full year.
Huh.
I guess they got sick of in the New Mexico sun, the fucking smell of those hot tires. Ew. Burnt
that
rubber.
sounds
Smell like a NASCAR track.
Never been.
You're missing out. Nothing beats having to pick the tar out of your teeth when they go flying by you.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good time.
I'll stick
so-
with the Monster Jam shows.
They just bail out in April 96. Deuces, New Mexico, and they hit the road again with their tents and...
On the road again.
Yeah. Their tents and tip jars, and that's pretty much it. October of 96.
So did they buy the compound with like the money that they've begged?
So they had to like pay... Yeah, they had to pay like membership. Some of them had jobs, but when they were on the road... when they were nomadic like that, they would be begging for money. But to be a member, you had to like give all of like your information, credit cards, like all sorts of shit to Nettles and Applewhite.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
People are too fucking trusting. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. So in October of 96, they rented a 9,200 square foot mansion in Rancho Santa Fe, California. They paid $7,000 a month in cash for rent. And that same month, the group purchased alien abduction insurance. This insurance is a thing, apparently. And I need to research that more.
I need to know if that's legitimate. I need to know
Because
if that's a real fucking thing.
it is. I mean, you can insure anything. So, yeah, somebody took their money for it and insured it. It's probably one of the smartest things to insure because, like, what are the odds of it happening? You're just taking their premium, basically.
That's, oh my God.
Yeah.
The smartest thing for an insurance agent
Yeah.
to write. Okay.
Yeah.
Not for a person to get
No,
insurance.
no.
on.
For an
Okay.
agent to write or a carrier to write because what's your risk? And how are they going to prove they were abducted?
That's my question.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
Oh my God.
this policy covered up to 50 members and would pay out $1 million per person. It covered abduction, impregnation, or death by aliens. So,
I wonder what kind of fucking, like, alimony, or I guess it wouldn't be alimony. What is it? Like, what do you call it? Child support. That's the word. Mm-hmm. Wonder what kind of child support you get from a fucking alien.
from an alien, I don't know, man. Probably none. Nobody can track them down to you.
They're probably loaded, though.
What are they going to pay you in?
I don't know. I don't want to find out.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Not a fucking invitation. Don't come here.
Do it. Come here.
No, don't fucking come here.
So that was October of 96. They did that. Then they kind of built up this whole deal in this Rancho Santa Fe area. March 19th, 1997, Applewhite created a tape called Doe's Final Exit.
Oh, God.
And he spoke about mass suicide and that being the only way to evacuate this earth. He said that, and this is one of the beliefs that he was teaching this group and that they all believed, he said that a spaceship was trailing in the tail of Comet Hale-Bopp. And this is why we have our drink tonight. And that this event would mark the closure to Heaven's Gate. So once Hale-Bopp Comet was gone, their potential to ascend to this next level is gone. So he persuaded...
So no one else is getting into heaven since then.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, it's not heaven. I mean, in the sense of you would think heaven, this is their next level.
Next level.
Yeah. So he persuaded 38 followers to prepare for ritual suicide so their souls could board this spacecraft. Part of their preparations for their final stage was for each member to videotape a farewell message. And there you can find these messages. I'll try to put the link up. I saw a couple of them. So I'll put a link up to that. So the members took phenobarbital mixed with applesauce or pudding and then washed it down with vodka. And then they secured plastic bags around their heads. And then that's how they committed suicide. So they all dressed in identical black shirts and sweatpants, brand new black and white Nike Decades, armband patches that said Heaven's Gate Away Team, and each member had a $5 bill and 3 quarters in their pockets. Strange. So...
That's the least fucking strange thing you've said all night.
Yeah. So the theories, there's 2 theories on the money. So the first theory is that it was standard for members who left the home for their jobs to have a $5 bill because that would be enough to cover vagrancy laws. And then the quarters were for payphones so they could call back to the facility and say, like, hey, I'm at work. Like, can somebody pick me up? So it was customary for them to leave. So the first theory is that this was like a humorous way of that group saying goodbye to the other members. Isn't it hilarious? What a humorous thing.
Wait, what other members? I thought they all killed themselves.
No, 39 of them did.
Oh. Sorry, I missed that part.
So
there's a lot of shit happening.
Yeah.
I'm hung up on a couple things.
So there's a second theory that this 575 that they had in them was a reference to a Mark Twain story, which said 575 was, quote, the cost to ride the tail of a comet to heaven. And this was written in a short story that he wrote called Captain Stormfield's Visit to Heaven.
That's a million times more fucking
I would believe that one.
Than the fucking payphone.
Because they did have other things in this group that tied to shows and books. Like the away team patches was a Star Trek thing.
I thought so.
Okay. So there was a couple things that were tied in like that. So what would happen, so they committed suicide. After each member died, a living member would neatly arrange their body on the bed and cover their face and torso with a square purple cloth for privacy. So there were 39 members who committed suicide.
Shit I ever heard in my life.
21 women, 18 men. They were all between the ages of 26 and 72. And it was believed that they died in 3 groups over 3 consecutive days. So, here's some interesting findings, as if that wasn't interesting enough. You want to take a break, or are you good?
No, I'm good. Right. I just was checking out that Mark Twain thing. Sorry.
Yo, if you break another coaster.
I'm sorry.
So here's some interesting findings. Like I said, as if this wasn't interesting enough.
Yep.
Applewood believed himself to be directly related to Jesus. apparently, I don't know what kind of Ancestry.com shit he did back then, but he believed this.
Fucking genealogy.
Yeah. His writing suggests...
They probably told him when they recruited him.
Well, you're probably right. His writing suggests that he is a successor and the, quote, present representative of Christ on earth. Applewhite and Nettles both taught their followers early on that the same alien spirit that inhabited Jesus' body now inhabits Applewhite's body. So he is, again, like the reincarnation of Jesus. And Nettles was presented as God the Father. So I'm not sure how that goes along with like the god of their group died. So like there had to be some turmoil there. I'm surprised the group continued through that. But
look, I don't fucking
yeah.
Nope, nothing. Got nothing. Go ahead.
One of those found dead was the brother of Nichelle Nichols. Does that name sound familiar?
Yes.
So she played the role of Uhura in the original Star Trek series. So it was her brother.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a Star Trek person,
I don't know that I would know that, but
yeah.
Her name sounds familiar.
Yeah. This is interesting. Dr. Hale, one of the people who discovered the Hale-Bopp comet, told a colleague well before Heaven's Gate was created.
Like prominent.
He said, quote, "We are probably going to have some suicides as a result of this comet. The sad part is that I was really not surprised. Comets are lovely objects, but they don't have apocalyptic significance. We must use our minds, our reason." So he kind of knew.
He said, "Have common sense,
Yeah.
jackasses."
Yeah, pretty much.
I like him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's my kind of dude.
After Nettles died, Applewhite held a ceremony to have all of the members marry him. So this was...
so we went from asexual to polygamist.
Yes, but this was not a sexual thing.
Doesn't matter.
This was a
Still
spiritual
polygamy.
bonding and a sign of commitment to the group, is what it was. There was nothing sexual about it.
Just, like, take a fucking blood oath or something.
Agreed.
This is wacky.
Right.
People are nuts.
So Applewhite, and this is how we know that this was not a sexual thing, Applewhite and several other members were castrated.
Oh my God.
Yes. So supposedly, next level aliens were asexual, and the members adopted a uniform to kind of eliminate sexuality. The members adopted a uniform of a unisex shirt and pants, a blunt pixie haircut, no sensuality or sexual contact, and they first attempted to do these castrations themselves. I
would commit suicide first. Yep, nope, goodbye.
And then later got doctors to perform the surgery instead. Yeah.
I can't imagine, like, as somebody in healthcare, like, somebody coming to me and saying, I'm electing to do this. Yeah. I mean, thank God I'm not a surgeon, because I have no fucking...
Yeah.
I wouldn't know where to begin. That's... Why?
My balls hurt just thinking of that.
I feel like it would be easier to... Was this all, like, men and women, everybody's doing this?
There was only a couple of the men. Apparently Applewhite did it and then, like, didn't force anybody, but was like, would any of you be interested in following this the way that I am? Because this is the way that the aliens on the next level are. And this is what I'm doing, and I'm showing you that I'm
by
doing
example.
it. Yeah.
Okay. But, like...
And only, like, 5 or 6
like,
did
how
it,
do they
but it was men.
do that to a woman?
I have no idea. But it was only men that I knew that I found in here. There was only apparently 5 or 6.
I don't think I've ever squeezed my thighs so tightly together in my whole life. I'm, like, clenching everything.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
That's horrible.
I'm out. Right at that point, even dude, keep my
I was
credit
long
cards.
gone.
Keep my whatever the fuck you want. I'm good.
I'm not peddling for cash.
No, I'm out, man.
I'm not fucking canning outside of my tent. Not doing it.
No. Yeah. So they went out for a Last Supper together as well. They went to Marie Callender's restaurant.
Marie Callender's has a restaurant?
Apparently in Carlsbad,
I know
California.
that. I've only known their pies.
So they ordered, obviously, the same thing. They all had an iced tea to drink. Dinner salads with tomato vinegar dressing was their starter. Turkey pot pie for their main course.
Marie
and
Callender's.
Cheesecake with blueberries.
I don't like blueberries. I was on board up until the blueberries.
Yeah, for their dessert.
That's... Like, don't tell me what I can and can't eat. Don't tell me that, especially if it's my last fucking meal, I'm going to be pissed.
They had to do everything the same. They all had to wear the same shit. They eat the same stuff.
So the 39 people who died all did this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this wasn't the entire group of people.
This was the 39 that died.
So, and not all of them went through the castration?
Correct. Only.
But they all dressed in the like similar uniform with the pixie cut and all that
Yes.
business.
Yep.
Gotcha. Did they all dye their hair the same color too?
They all looked exactly the same.
Weird. Like fucking creepier Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ugh.
Yeah, and apparently they got the shoes, the Nike Decades. Is that what I said they were?
Yeah.
Which are apparently like a collector's item now, because Nike discontinued them after this.
I would too. I would want to distance myself as far fucking away as possible.
They had reasons for picking everything, but the reasons for picking this shoe was they just got a good deal on them. They just went to like fucking TJ Maxx and were like, oh yeah, we'll take those. They're on clearance. Let's do it. BOGO.
Oh, they're ugly.
Yeah, we'll put a picture up.
Oh,
of
they're
the Decades.
bad.
Yeah.
They're like No, they're bad. They're like moon shoes.
Yeah. They're Comet shoes.
Nah. I'll take Air Forces or Air Maxes over that.
Wouldn't it have been? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say something really fucked up. Remind me of that later.
About what you were going to say that was super fucked up?
No, whatever. I don't fucking care. Wouldn't it have made more sense instead of like buying? What kind of drug do they take?
Phenobarbital.
Is that like a common thing? Can you get that, or is that like a?
I don't know. I mean, I know that it's like you can get it by prescription, but I don't know what it was like back
wouldn't
then.
It have made more sense and kind of like match what they were doing if they all just like drank a gallon of Comet?
Oh my God, Dale.
Wouldn't it have done it quicker for less money though?
Probably would have been messier. I feel like they all would have like thrown
They all went
up
to
and
Marie
shit.
Callender's and ate shitty food. They all definitely. That's why they wore black. They weren't wearing white. They definitely shit themselves.
I'm just thinking like bag over the head. They'd probably like vomit into it. Right? That sounds horrible. Also, the bagger, like, pardon the expression, but it kind of seems like overkill. Like, I feel like the phenobarbital and the vodka would have done it.
I don't know, man.
It sounds like a lethal combination.
Yeah. So, there's theories behind all of this.
Oh, of course there is.
Yeah, of course, because that's what we're about, theories. So there's two main...
So phenobarbital is a seizure medication.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's prescription only, but... Well, it's definitely prescription only, but...
Wouldn't it have made more sense for something different? Like, to take something different?
I mean, they were anti-drug, like recreational drugs, so my guess is they were probably not wanting to put something like that in their system. Would go against everything they stood for.
Yeah, they were against drugs, so why wouldn't they actually
Maybe
take
they
a drug
thought like
to
a
go?
prescription drug would be less... I mean, it's not like they were injecting heroin. So maybe they just were...
Interesting.
More on board with something like that.
I
don't know.
Interesting. So there's a couple theories about this. Two of them are that Heaven's Gate... Yeah?
Yeah.
Heaven's Gate was murdered by the CIA. So this is a big one, and I'll link the thing that I read about this because this is like so detailed, and I read this like 4 times, and I was like, there are way too many fucking acronyms and names and all sorts of shit in here with this person trying to tie it together. But basically, there's a company called SAIC, and they're located in La Jolla, California, which is right near Rancho Santa Fe. And that's where Heaven's Gate home was.
I feel like it's probably La Hala.
La Jolla, okay. So
But it's not relevant.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So they control website addresses through a company called Network Solutions. Network Solutions, this is why this is confusing. Network Solutions owns Internic. And Internic is a registered service mark of the U.S. Department of Commerce. So there's like all these little ties of this owns that, and that owns this, and this, and blah, 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 blah. So that's where I was like, my head was spinning. But this Internic company is the organization primarily responsible for domain name systems on the internet and internet directory stuff.
Okay.
So the theory is that this group gained traction in media, and there was a lot of attention being drawn to them kind of across the U.S., really. So the theory
Walter
was...
Cronkite was reporting on them. So.
Right. So there was a theory that there could not be this much attention on something like this for public safety, kind of.
Okay.
Because of how long the comet was around. Mm-hmm. And they just didn't need it gaining more traction.
Okay.
So this company that obviously owns this way to kind of manipulate the internet was able to manipulate things on their website and manipulate media to show what they wanted it to.
They
but
were like burying
this guy
searches.
goes into severe detail, and it would have been way too much to read and go through and make sense. So I'll link it. I don't necessarily believe it. The other theory is that they were killed by the Illuminati. I like this theory.
What's the difference?
Right. But I like this theory. So the theory is that the Heaven's Gate figured out some sort of key to ascension, like the Illuminati has, and key to power. And they got too close to figuring it all out. So the Illuminati infiltrated the group and got into the head of Marshall Applewhite, and kind of, after Nettles died, got into his head, rerouted the group towards this
Mass
way
suicide?
with this mass suicide.
Huh.
And then just eliminated them all.
Seems likely. I mean, if it's garnered enough attention that somebody like Walter Cronkite is reporting on it, mm-hmm. It's going to get the attention of the Illuminati members.
Yeah.
And if somebody has found that level of power without the, deal with the devil side of it that the Illuminati usually has to go through, they're not going to fucking like that. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel about Heaven's Gate? How do you like this group?
They're fucking nuts.
Love them.
They're insane. Honestly, this is JFK's ham sandwich. Crazy.
This was one of the ones I was reading. I was like, this has to be fake. But then I remembered it. Like, I remember this.
You remember this mass suicide portion? Okay, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
Which is wild, because, to me, as you're talking about it, it feels so removed.
Really?
I feel so far from it.
I remember this. How many of you guys remember this? I definitely do.
I don't remember the Comet. I don't remember this crazy mess.
I always associated it with Halley's Comet, not Hale-Bopp Comet. But that could have just been... From what I remember in my memories, my dad did say Halley's Comet, and he very well may have. I mean, obviously, my dad. He
never met the guy.
Mixes up the names of stuff sometimes.
Sometimes.
So It very well could have been the fact that he said Halley's Comet, and I didn't really associate this.
I mean,
at
it could
first,
also
but
just be that you were more.
I was a lot younger.
Well, I mean, you just probably heard Halley's Comet a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. So.
And it was so close in name that it.
Plus, Halley's Comet sounds a lot better than Hale-Bopp anyway. But yeah, I think this group is freaking bonkers. But I do love the Nikes. Might get myself a pair of them.
Good luck finding them.
Oh, you can get them.
Well, they're probably expensive as balls, too.
Oh, they are.
They're also hideous, so.
Hideodorous.
Not for me.
No. Heaven's Gate, what would you rate them?
Also not for me. Fucking -17. They're insane. They're fucking nuts. They're drink the Kool-Aid level crazy.
How, I just can't believe, and I'm not that convincing of a person, so maybe that's why I can't believe it, but, I can't believe somebody convinced themselves that they are a reincarnation of Jesus, and
listen, some people
then
convinced themselves
hundreds of people the same thing, enough to have some of these people cut all their shit off. Listen, what the fuck?
There are people who convince themselves that they can fly and then fucking jump off a building.
I could see that in a fit of drugs, but this over a span of 74 to 97?
No, even some of the people are not on drugs. They're just mentally unstable.
In one fit of mentally unstable, I could see somebody jumping off a building thinking they could fly. But
look, if your delusions are that heavy and you have anybody validating it, it's probably fairly easy to enter into a full-blown alternate reality. I mean, I believe that they believed every fucking word they said.
What if they were right, though?
Truly.
What if they were right?
What if there's no more...
And they're the ones sending these fucking balloons over the U.S. now from some other planet. They're like, ha ha, fuckers.
Oh, gosh.
They shoot them down, and they're like, "There's nothing in here."
Chance, motherfuckers.
But then they open up the box.
There's
Brad Pitt's all, "What's in the box?"
$5.75.
And it's actually fucking Nikes in there. They're sending Nikes back.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They send over $5.75.
Yeah, $5.75. It's the cost of riding the tail of a comet.
I wonder when Hale-Bopp is coming back.
Not for a while. It was during the Paleolithic era, is what I said. I think. So we'll never see it. Maybe they'll come back, and maybe when they do come back, they'll be like, yo.
Its orbital period is 2,533 days. 33 years. Sorry.
Okay.
2,533 years.
So we're never going to see it.
Nope.
And neither our kids or their kids. So, yeah. But maybe frickin' Applewhite's going to roll back here in a couple...
Coming back for the rapture.
Yeah. He's going to come back and be like, yo... Check this. We went on a fucking wild ride.
Oh my god.
First, I cut all my shit off. Then we were tripping balls and fucking took a ride on the tail of a comet.
I mean, if he's still alive nearly 3,000 years later, then I guess he did something right.
I guess. Next level.
Or wrong. I don't want to fucking live that long.
Right?
Ugh.
That's the other thing.
I'd be so fucking bored.
I wouldn't be bored.
I would. By the end of it, I'd be like, there's nothing left to do. I'm fucking done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. No.
I feel like it would be kind of fun.
To live to what?
I don't know.
What's your, ideal number? No, I'm serious.
Your ideal number to live to?
Yeah.
How old am I now? 33. I don't know.
For another 2 weeks.
I mean, I honestly, I don't know. It all goes with I have no number in my head. But I feel like if you could live hundreds of years, I think it would be cool to see the transition of all those hundreds of years. Because,
I wouldn't want to.
I don't know.
I already feel behind. I'm only 33, and some of the shit that people say, I'm like...
But you got so many years to figure it out then.
Yeah, just enough time for them to fucking change it again.
Nah, you'd be the beast. You just pull a frickin', what's-his-face from Twilight. You just move around. What the hell's his name?
The Cullens?
Edward? Yeah, the Cullens. Just pull a Cullen family and just move around all over.
So, wait, I get to spend 2,000 years in this body, though?
Yeah.
Not get old as fuck?
Not get old as fuck. You still
right,
got that smoking body.
Oh, okay.
For them 2,000 years. I would dig it.
Thanks, babe. Oh God.
At what age would it be acceptable, even if you still look like that? At what age would it be acceptable for me to call you an old ass bitch?
You already do.
Oh yeah, but
every time I find a gray hair, literally every fucking morning. At least I still got my hair, motherfucker.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know if I lived that long. I feel like there's a lot that you could do that like you can't necessarily do in a lifetime.
But, like, am I the only one living to that age? Or, like, is my family living to that age with me? Because, like, if you and the kids aren't doing it, no. I couldn't go through it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that would be that's the trade-off of it.
I mean, if I had nothing and no one tying... Not that you guys are tying me down, but, like,
right.
if I had no...
Yeah.
If I had no ties,
yeah.
I could just go travel, see everything and everywhere. Cool, right? I could get on board with that.
Yeah.
It sounds lonely as fuck.
But losing everybody would be the thing.
Right.
Yeah, that would be the thing.
So, I mean, I think it would be different.
Over and over.
Well, I think it would be different if I didn't have anybody at all. Like, if for some reason I had no family, or I wasn't married, didn't have kids. Like, if I didn't have anything or anyone.
Yeah.
And not to sound like you guys are holding me back or anything, because it's not that. I'm choosing to be here. We could still travel. That's whatever. But, like, if I didn't have that, I think it would be obviously very easy to just say, nah, I'm going to go to fucking Tibet.
Yeah, right?
And just go.
That's what I mean. And the other thing is, like, if you lived that long, like, hopefully you have enough money management if you live 2,000 years to be able to fucking have enough money to go, like, wherever the fuck you want. So, yeah.
I tell you, I wouldn't be retiring at 60.
I would definitely become Sasquatch if I lived that old.
But, like, how are you going to make money, though, once you're Sasquatch?
What's it matter? You live in the fucking woods. You shit in the woods. You wipe your ass with leaves.
How are you going to travel to fucking Tibet, then?
I got big feet. I'd be Bigfoot.
That's not... You can't...
I would walk.
Yeah, I don't think he can swim.
Of course he could swim.
I don't know. He looks pretty dense. I feel like...
Bigfoot. Like an orangutan?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
They can't swim.
I don't know.
The big monkeys and primates, like, they can't swim.
Gorillas can, can't they?
I don't think so.
Gorilla.
No, because they're like virtually no fat content. Like they're not buoyant. They sink. They're too heavy.
What monkeys can swim? Baboons? Simians?
Aren't they the little dudes?
Apes are often scared of water. And even drown because they... Yeah, okay. So that's apes. You can't...
well, apes and monkeys are different.
Macaques can swim.
I don't know what that is.
Chimpanzee. Macaques are the ones with, like, the fucking snooky face. The big fucking orange face.
Snooky face.
Squirrel monkeys, they better be able to swim. I don't know. But either way...
Sasquatch can't swim.
Squatch. I don't know.
I don't think so.
When I meet one, I'll ask him.
Okay.
Lure him in with my jack legs.
Well, I guess it also depends on... jack legs. It depends on how I'm getting to live 2,000 years. Like, have I been abducted by aliens and taken to the next level? Because then I'm just going to make them fucking pick me up from here and take me to Tibet.
Call your UFO Uber?
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
I don't know.
Although at that point, I would probably just learn how to fly and be having my own private jet and just fucking do what I want.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
Just, don't pull a Malaysia 370.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Oh God.
Goodness.
All right. Interesting episode. Interesting one. Heaven's
Interesting
Gate.
People.
Yes, Heaven's Gate. I don't know what we have for our next one.
I don't know, but this drink was good.
This drink was fantastic. I have just enough left for a cheers. But, yeah, we have a bunch of cool stuff coming up soon. Like I said, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think would be a fun episode for us to do. Or you can just message us that. whatever. And big shout out to, again, 1044 for the awesome shirts. Guys, pick one up. Go to their website, 1044.store.
And there's tons of other stuff. It's not just ours. And your code is good for everything on the site.
And again, that code is TOAST15. It gets you 15% off on the entire site. Limited time only.
Yep.
So make sure you jump on that.
Yeah. Super comfy. Yeah. Very high quality. Washes well. I mean, I can't say enough. I think it's one of the softest shirts I own. I love it.
I love it. We'll see. See if it shrinks in our washer or not. Magically.
I already washed it.
You did, and it didn't shrink, so there you go.
How about that?
So there you go, guys. Even the washer that shrinks everything.
Maybe you should stop buying the shitty $2.99 shirts from fucking Walmart.
Yeah, that's true. But there you go, guys. The washer that shrinks everything didn't shrink them. This is top quality shit we're talking here. Ben Stiller said it. Happy Gilmore, right? Some high quality shit we're talking here.
Oh, when you said high quality, I was thinking Waterboy. High quality H2O.
Some high quality H2O.
Gatorade.
All right. Well, cheers to Heaven's Gate. Hopefully they made it onto the spaceship on the tail of the Hale-Bopp Comet.
Hopefully the cost of the ride didn't go up.
Hopefully hopefully they didn't get hit with inflation, and $5.75 was enough for them to get on that ride.
Oh gosh.
And toast to you guys.
I wonder if Mark Twain was with them.
No. And toast to you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you, and we will see you on the next one. Have a good night.